right, Simera32, man. We are back here with our podcast on this week in Simera32. I got a guest host, Spooky, here with us. We're going to run through some of the hot topics of what's happening in the league, hit on some stuff that should hopefully bring up some discussion, some dialogue. But, man, first of all, we got Spooky Meister here, who's a veteran of Madden League. Man, Spooky, glad to have you here. Tell me a little bit about your history in Madden and, how long you've been playing and all that stuff.
Yeah, hey man, happy to be here. Long time listener, first time caller. Um, you know, uh, I've been playing Madden for a really long time. Back to like the late '90s, my dad was like really big into Madden because he was working from home, and it was honestly a really funny thing. Like he would play. It was like Madden '96 or '97 when the
Awesome.
Browns weren't in the Browns weren't in the NFL at the time, and they had the old school teams in Madden, like you could play as the '88 Browns
Oh
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
So like he would do that all the time, and like that's when I started playing. And then like in high school, I stopped playing like a lot, and then afterwards, probably like early college, I started playing online a lot more, and then somehow got sent into a connected franchise, and then I found Sim Ballers, and I've been here for probably close to 10 years, which we're sim era now. But I've been playing with a lot of these guys for a really long time. Like, it's weird that my girlfriend always jokes like, "Are you talking to your internet friends again?" Like that's how like well I know like most of the people in this league. Um, and then yeah, I had a little bit of a rough patch last year. I'll just get it out front since everybody likes to jock me about it. I
Yeah,
had a point in time where I was working too hard, and I was working like 60 hours a week. So I took a break and then came back, and then just hated Madden because everybody had advanced beyond the point of me. And I just
yep,
like was
yep.
not caught up in the game. My team wasn't developed, and it was like, all right, I quit. And then I came back, and then I quit again. So, hopefully this year I'm a lot more involved. I'm definitely enjoying the new game. It obviously has its warts as any Madden does, but I think that just with our league being as solid as it is and as active as it is, and just the level of good owners and competition makes it like you know pretty hard to not want to play and get better.
Yeah,
And and working from home every day of the week, I have a lot of time
yeah,
to work on my craft. So
yeah, man. I couldn't agree with you more. It is a community that we try to build here. It's not just playing Madden, but we have a lot of fun talking about different stuff and interacting. But the league and where it's at and the type of competition, some of the new guys, some of the guys that have been joining both leagues and the merger, all that kind of stuff, man. I'm really happy with it. I'm excited for it, and then this stuff we're doing, like brand new, podcasts and content. Man, we're off and running here. So, without further ado, though, we got some hot topic stuff we got to talk about. So, all right, so the first big hot topic this week is the 2-0 Chiefs and Faz. Man, just watching them, Spooky. Like, do you think that there's anybody out there that can actually beat the Chiefs this first season?
so I mean here's the way you got to look at it. Number one, the Chiefs are, and I'm not even trying. I know I'm hyperbolic, and everybody says I exaggerate everything. They are the best Madden team I have ever seen in connected franchise.
Yeah,
Um, when you look at their offense, I mean they have three X factors on offense. They have two X factors on defense. Tyreek Hill is literally unguardable for the most part. He's always open. If you cover him, Kelsey's going to be open. If you cover those two, Hardman's going to be coming underneath. And then the worst thing is that they have Edwards-Helaire, who, if you come out in three wide all game, how do you stop the run game
right.
with those weapons? So you add all that together, combined with the fact that Faz, who arguably last year was a top, maybe the top player in Simera, along with you two kind of split Super Bowls back and forth.
Yeah,
So, you combine those two things, and take into the fact that Faz was always a pretty decent passer, and
yeah,
then last year took the leap and was like, okay, wow, this kid is like up there with some of the better passers I play in Madden. And then you add all of these weapons in and give him 99 overall Patrick Mahomes. It's like, okay, this is a
right,
little bit ridiculous. And I've been
right.
jocking him a little bit, being like, you know what, if you lose any games, like you should probably quit Madden. Um, but the one thing I've kind of taken into account too, and I watched his game yesterday against Graham, and it's like, yeah, the Chiefs. So to answer the question out front, like, no, I don't think he's going to go undefeated.
Right.
I think the way you have to play defense in this Madden, and I don't know if it's sliders or what it is. There's you can definitely get defensive stops, but for the most part, what I've seen in a lot of my leagues is there's a lot of high scoring games
Yep.
where it's pretty hard to get a stop, and you kind of have to play bend don't break defense. And honestly, when you get into the 15 into the red zone, in the 15-yard line, 10-yard line, I don't care if you're the Chiefs. I don't care if you're the 2007 Patriots. If you're playing against somebody who's smart and is good at usering,
Right.
you can get takeaways.
Yep.
And if you can do that to Faz, that's how you're going to beat him. I was talking to Na about it the other day, and Na was basically saying, "Well, here's what you do the whole game. Let him have the underneath stuff. Don't give him the home run. So play over the top coverage the whole time. Let him get underneath, and then hopefully you can get a break in the red zone."
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's what you're going to have to do. Now, I said I don't think he's going to go undefeated. I would put him as the favorite to win the Super Bowl season one, just because I don't think there's any team on paper that is going to consistently be able to get stops against them.
Right.
But yeah, I mean that's a powerhouse of a roster and a heck of an owner that ended up with them. So
Yeah, yeah. I think again agree with what you're looking at. Here's what I think might be a problem with Faz, and I think I would have the same problem. I think some other owners have the same problem. I think Faz is too nice of a guy, and the problem is he's going to start thinking I can't just take the Chiefs and use them to their full potential because I don't want to be that type of guy. Like if Na has this team,
oh,
he's
pure evil.
he's blown everybody out by 80 points, but
Yeah,
Faz he's going to hold back. And then
yeah,
at the wrong moment, because I think that's what he did in his game against Graham's. Like
that's what
he
it looked
held
like.
back, and then Graham's all of a sudden took the lead, and so Faz is going to have to find he's going to have to find that evil Na in him
Yeah, that,
to be able to keep it up because he's going to and then you find yourself complacent in a playoff game all of a sudden maybe Madden happens to him and he gets a fumble or something happens and he loses. So I agree with you. I think he's the favorite. I think his one weakness though is going to be he's just too nice of a guy.
yeah,
And
you got to keep the foot on the gas
yeah,
in this.
yeah,
We've seen some crazy stuff over the
right.
years.
And that's honestly that's why I've never taken like a super dominant team. Is because I would just feel too bad about beating people so bad because I feel like it was the team and not me. So
Right, right, right.
Faz has to overcome that. We'll see what happens. So
You just got to embrace it.
yeah,
You just
yeah,
gotta,
you
gotta,
do,
you
you do.
gotta be part of the evil empire.
Yeah, you got you're the heel. You got to play the heel,
Yeah,
and Faz is a heel. So we'll see how it comes out.
absolutely.
All right, hot take number 2 here, man. Is I made a big deal about this guy even in our preseason show. Man, this was my prediction of the Super Bowl winner, and everyone was kind of like, "Who's this Sunday guy? Is he taking the Vikes? Is he going to be unstoppable?" I know it got a lot of people's attention, and you got to see his debut. So I'd love to know what did you think of Sunday when you watched him play?
Well, you know, the way you were hyping him was a lot of the way that as a Browns fan, we were getting hyped going into last season, and everybody's like, "Oh man, this offense is going to be unstoppable." And then you watch Week 1, and you're just like, "What was that?" You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah.
the guy had a lot of hype coming from you. You said he beat you 5 out of 6 times or whatever, which
He
is
did. Yep.
insanely impressive.
Right.
You, especially like late in Madden, you're the best roster builder I know, and you're the best situational player I know.
Yeah.
So to have a guy come in and you say like, "Hey, this guy beats me a lot," like I'm sitting here like, okay, this guy's gonna be really good.
Yep.
Watched his game, and I was just like, man, there's a lot of early Madden warts with this guy.
Yep.
But you can obviously tell the guy's a really really talented Madden player.
Yeah.
Um, he had a few really dumb plays where
Right.
like you throw a deep post into cover 3, and it's like, what are you doing, man? You're not. I've
Yeah.
watched you the whole game. Why would you ever make that throw?
Right.
A lot of it also was bad luck. Like he had a couple plays where the interception happened, but like the corner broke on it like in an insane degree that like it's like, how does a 78 overall corner do that?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I rewatched the stream again, and you can tell that he's a top tier Madden player. You can tell that he's good at making adjustments.
Yep.
It was literally just a couple bad reads that and with it being the first game of the season, it's almost like you look at the real life in the NFL. Like
Yep.
sometimes the Patriots have a bad week one and everybody's like, "Oh my god, they're done. The
Yep. Yep.
dynasty's over."
Yep.
I mean, which it is now, but like looking back, it's like, no, it's not. It's week one. They have a
Yep.
lot of kinks to work out. And I remember him saying like he hasn't played Madden a ton.
Right.
Um,
Right.
one thing that I would be worried about for him is being in that division. You
Yep.
can't get behind in a division with Na and Real QB, who's actually a really solid player
Yep.
from what I've watched in his
Yep.
first two games. So that would be my main concern with Sunday. Like
Yep.
I said, the talent's obviously there. He's a great addition to the league. I think he's gonna, obviously make some noise. I bet you he's a playoff team this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, falling behind early in Madden in a division like that is really a tough thing to overcome. But yeah, to sum it up, yeah, I was pretty underwhelmed by his debut, but I know
Sure.
that the talent's there, and I totally expect him to bounce back.
Yeah, and I'm not one to talk. I mean, you look at my week one too. It wasn't a good performance from my end either.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
someone can read that and be like, all right, this guy's lost his touch. But no, the thing I love about Sunday, what I saw last year. I mean, he was given a really good team in the league I was with in, and but he played it to perfection. He has that nah mentality where he doesn't care if his guys are super powered. He's going to run you over. He's going to dominate you. And what I love is he made adjustments. So, like you said, the thing that I'm pretty good at is situational. And I was able to try to take away his first and second options, and he came back with a third and a fourth option. So I expect that to come, but if you don't play the game, if you don't work on Madden 21, if you just live off of Madden 20, it's gonna catch you, man. You're not gonna beat the best guys in this league just playing this game thinking it's an older version. So that's the challenge before him. If he's got to get on the sticks. He's got to learn. Hey, that post isn't there anymore. That seam route's not there. Here's what's available in Madden 21, and we'll see. Like you said, if he doesn't do it, he's going to be third, maybe even fourth in that division. So we don't want to dog McCain too much, even though he's 0-2.
We
But
can talk McCain.
awesome. All right, so we're halfway through week two, and so we're going to take a look at the best undefeated team, whether that's 1 win, 2 wins, 3 wins, or and then we're going to look at the best team that hasn't won yet. So, looking at the rankings, looking at the standings, give me your best undefeated team right now.
I mean, the obvious answer is still Faz,
Sure.
as we talked about earlier. He looked insanely dominant week one against the Texans team that is pretty good. Sensei is a really good owner, and
Yep.
Faz blew him out. And then Faz, he had kind of a little bit of a, he let Graham back in the game, but I still think he's the best 2-0 owner. Um, you got other teams like I'm 2-0. I'm built with the Seahawks. I really don't have to do much with this team except not mess up and get some picks with fumbles. You got KP. Um, in watching his two games, he's obviously running some weird Big 12 offense that I don't understand how these guys are getting open, but they are.
Yep. Yep.
And the one thing I worry about with him is because he's always looking for those shots. Is usually when he struggles is when you take that away
Right.
and
Right.
make him throw the underneath stuff, and he doesn't. So
Yep.
and somebody will make him do that eventually, but he's on a roll right now. He's playing really, really well. I'm in another league with him too, and he has like 12 user picks already over there. So
Yeah.
he's in mid-season form, which is funny for him because usually he starts off real slow.
Right. Right.
Uh, we got a couple other guys. We got X. X is undefeated. He had an insane win last night against Cobbs, which, in my opinion, was more Cobbs blowing the game. But it's still to have the poise to come back from down 24-3 and win is
Oh yeah.
impressive. Real QB's 2-0. He was really good last year,
Yep.
and with a Packers team that's like got a great defense and some decent weapons on offense, he's going to be pretty hard to stop. Um, Nas 1-0. I fully expect him to beat Truth today
Yeah. That's a
when they
that's a
play.
big game. What's your thoughts on that game?
It really comes down to whether or not Truth can stop the run because
Yep.
Nas going to run the ball, and
Yep.
Nas not going to. If you're stopping the run early, Nas not going to abandon and start passing. That's not his style of play.
Yeah.
It also depends on what Truth does. Um, on offense. Like Nas one of the better defensive schemers in that I've ever played against.
Right.
And I was watching him talk when Truth, and he was just like, "Oh, he better not do this against me." And I'm sitting there going, "Yeah, he better not," because
Yeah.
this is the concept game. Na already knows how to exploit it, and he's
Yeah.
seen it for 2 seconds. So
Yeah.
I think that's the game of the week. I think it's going to be really really good, and
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to watching it.
I think that's like 5 o'clock today. So
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see whether or not Nas' defense can actually stop Barkley. Like I got the Steelers, and by far they're the best run defense in Madden right now that I've seen. But I'm just not sure if Nas players can actually stop Barkley, and if Barkley gets activated, if Barkley gets going, I mean,
Oh yeah.
man, watch out. I've seen Henry, I've seen Chubb, some of these top tier running backs, when they get activated, they're going to take off. Anyways, all right. So those are some of the top teams, and I'm sure there's some other ones out there. What are some of the teams you've seen that haven't won a game yet, but you think they're actually pretty good, or they're a playoff team, or they're deadly?
I mean, again, with the obvious answer in the first question, the obvious answer is you and the Steelers. You had some really bad breaks.
Yeah.
I think those fumbles got into your head a little bit. You're
Yep.
doing things that I don't see you do.
Yeah.
Like going forward on 4th and 15 with 6 minutes left, down like 4 points. And I was like, what is
Yeah.
he?
Yeah.
Just things like that, things that you're not gonna do every time. The fumbles are not going to happen every game. That's bad
Yeah.
luck. And the Steelers team is built for you. You
Yep.
can run the ball behind a good O line, and your defense, your usering is improved immensely over the last 2 years. So to add that with an insane pass rush and a really good secondary,
Yeah.
I easily think you're the best winless team at the moment. You look at some of the other teams that haven't won though, like Eddie with the Jets. Man, he played a really really good game against Cobbs and missed a 15-yard field goal in overtime. So
Yeah.
Cobbs is no slouch, man. He's been away for a year, but you can still tell that he's really good at coming up with game plans and seeing the
Yeah.
field and playing defense, and he's still got it. So that's one person I look at. And then I just played Haas yesterday,
Right.
and that Patriots team is just it's a rough team to kind of play with. Their defense, other than their secondary, is really slow.
Yep.
They don't really have any weapons on offense. Cam Newton's not that good, and
Right.
he's still, I was up big early, and then I tried to do some things differently to experiment a little bit, and he carved me up in the second half, like absolutely just
Yep.
shredded me. I think he had like 340 yards passing. So,
Wow.
um, in that division, X and Cobbs are very good, and Eddie's good. That division's up for grabs. I could
Yep.
see any one of those teams right now winning that division. So,
Right. Right.
those are the and there's 1-2-0 team, a 1-1 team, and then two teams that are winless there. So I think that whole division, honestly, is kind of underrated and flying under the radar. And I play them this year, so I'm not really happy about it. And I think that they're gonna surprise people.
Yeah, I'm a big Haas fan, and again, I think he's another guy like Sunday. The more he gets accustomed to Madden 21, he'll adjust to it. But like you said, those are some solid owners. That's going to be a fun division to keep an eye on as well. All right, man. The last hot topic for this week we want to talk about, and this is one of those things that this spans multiple cycles. This has been a hot topic in Madden circles for a long time, especially in the Sim League. Is spamming? What does it look like? What is spamming? What's not spamming? What's the defensive responsibility? What should we do as a league, and how do we stop spamming? So, just give me your thoughts on the idea of spamming one player. What does that look like?
So, like, here's the thing. I'm guilty of this probably hundreds of times of complaining about people spamming players,
Yep.
but but the reality really is like you're gonna get the ball to your good players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you have a player like Julio Jones, like I just played the Falcons week 1, and Julio had like 10 catches, and no matter what I did, I couldn't stop him. But like that's why wouldn't you be doing that?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But there's negatives to spamming too. Like if you're spamming Julio the whole game, you're gonna throw an interception at some point.
Yeah.
There's other people open that I don't have to worry about.
Right.
Um, and honestly, in Madden, from what I've learned over the years, and like I said, I'm guilty of this. I complain about people spamming, but if you can't stop it, that's your fault
Yeah.
because there's nothing in Madden that can't be stopped.
Yeah.
Other than maybe the Mahomes bazooka throw that I've seen this year. It's just like I don't even know how it's
Yeah.
possible that that's in a video game. But no, I really think that you. Oh, my cats are screaming. Get out of here. No, I think, and the more I've played Madden and the better I've gotten and the more I've evolved, I feel like it's on the defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think there has ever been a player in Madden other than maybe Tyreek Hill this year, and we'll see how it goes. And I don't think Faz is gonna spam him.
Right.
You said like Faz is too nice.
Yep.
Um, but I've never seen a player that was unstoppable.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, and now and what I've learned, just through like being an idiot and thinking like, oh, this guy just throws to him a whole game. Like, yeah, you should throw to your good players, and it
Yeah.
should be on the defense to find a way. Whether you got to bracket a wide receiver and take away his side of the field, or
Right.
stack the box against the running back, it's what you have to do. It's football. It's scheming. It's the way that the game works. And
Yeah.
Madden's really no different than having to take away good players in real life. So,
Right, and in our league, we got some funny history with Perryman and
oh yeah,
our founder Matt and going off on that stuff, and he used to watch like the stats on Daddy Leagues, and if you threw to your tight end 6 times a game, you were spamming your tight end. I think we've definitely gone away from that. We've gotten better with that. The bottom line was, I would say, is that video will tell all, and
that's a great
video will
point.
tell whether or not you are spamming a guy because you've thrown to him, 10 out of 12 times, or you're throwing the same exact route over and over and over again, and it's just a broken route, or you're, taking advantage of a glitch or something. But yeah, I'm with you, man. Like, it's my job as the defense to stop the other team, and Madden is what Madden is. It's geared towards abilities. It's geared towards these superstars, and each team kind of has at least hopefully one of them, except the Jets. Um, and so, uh, if you come to me and you say, "Hey, this guy's spamming," I'm gonna try to tell you, "Hey, you got to stop him." Now,
Yeah,
again, if you have video and we look at the video and we'll review video, if we see, you know, after 4 weeks, we see, I don't know, we'll use one of your players. We'll see, DJ Metcalf has, 95% of your catches. We'll talk to you about it. We'll look at it. We'll say, "Hey, look, man, this is getting a little ridiculous." But again, game to game, it's the defense's responsibility. And if you can't stop it, then hey, you know what? DM me, DM you, DM KP, DM, Nod, talk to some of these guys and be like, hey, how do I get better at this? What do I need to do? And we'll give you some tips on that. Um, but yeah, again, everybody has their definition of what sim looks like. Everybody has their definition of what spamming looks like, and I can't put it in the rules enough. I can't write out every situation. The bottom line is, I'll tell you, is that video will tell all, and that's why we require guys to stream, because we want to be able to check it out and look at it if there's an issue. But hey, man, dude, I'm telling you what, this has been a blast. This has been a highlight, dude. Man, you're really good at this stuff. I really enjoyed.
I'm a sales rep in real life. I know how to talk.
Man, you're doing no, but again, if all people see is your chat, they'll think like, man, Spooky's a lunatic. Like, you
I
know,
mean, I am. I mean, they're
yeah,
not wrong, but
I know, but like, you sound like a normal guy. Like, you're not the devil. You're not a troll. Like, you're a normal
yeah,
dude, and you take Madden to a fun place, and that's kind of all we're looking for. Is just, man, we want to be competitive. We want to have fun. And that's what we're doing here. So again, thanks for the time, and good luck this season. Hopefully, I'll see you in the Super Bowl. But we'll chat again soon, man.
absolutely, man. Thanks for having
All
me.
right, take care.